if you was married,
All right,
like,
all right, everybody.
Okay.
Let's get ready for this Chris Thomas
I don't
show.
think we're. Yeah, I don't think.
It's live.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, my bad.
We are here. Good morning, everybody. The Chris Thomas Show. Let's get this intro to warm it up for everybody here on the Chris Thomas Show on KSHP 107.1 FM, 1400 AM in Las Vegas.
I'm not sure we're live. Okay.
I think we're just rolling into the show today. So, Soren Baker, tell us about our first topic.
Man, so the first topic we have today, for those who are not, you could be watching us also on YouTube. Search the Chris Thomas Show Las Vegas. And shout out to Linda Wills for hosting us here on, or sponsoring us here on the Chris Thomas Show, KSHP Radio 107.1 in Las Vegas. Also catch us on 1400 AM. Today we got a lot of stuff to talk about, and we are going to get to the first one first. We got Stephen A. Smith causing some controversy regarding his comments regarding Serena Williams. So we're going to get to that. Then we're going to get Terminator X, DJ Madlinks, and Nooney LaRue. Get your input on this topic. So let's get to it. Terminator.
Stephen A. Smith, I think you had some marriage advice for me.
Alexis Ohanian is clapping back at any negative comments about his marriage to Serena Williams. Months after Stephen A. Smith said he would divorce the tennis star over her appearance at the Super Bowl halftime show, Alexis, who married Serena in 2017 and shares daughters Alexis and Adira, had a chance to address those comments on live television.
Stephen A. Smith, I think you had some marriage advice for me. Is that right? Or
Well, you know what? Listen, I didn't. People, headlines are headlines. We can get into that another time. But I was
hoping you were going to be here.
I am not qualified. Married?
Right.
Oh no, not me.
Well,
I ain't qualified, my brother. I'm not qualified.
I was going to ask because you hadn't been married before, right?
I am married.
No, Stephen. Okay. Yeah, because I give advice to plenty of founders who want to build billion-dollar companies, and the reason I do that is because I build billion-dollar companies.
Yeah.
It all started when Serena made a surprise appearance at the Super Bowl halftime show during Kendrick Lamar's performance of Not Like Us, a diss track toward her ex Drake. The tennis pro reportedly dated the rapper around 2015. A day later, Stephen gave his take on Serena's cameo, saying he would divorce her if that was his wife.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass. Because clearly you don't belong with me. What you worried about him for and you with me?
I gotta get that link back.
As for Alexis, he had no issue with Serena's performance. In fact, it was all praise. As he wrote on X at the time, some of y'all have no idea how criticized Serena was for this same dance at Wimbledon 13 years ago, and it shows. This is bigger than music.
Yes. So we're here on the Chris Thomas Show. I'm Soren Baker holding it down for Chris Thomas. He's under the weather today, but we all sending him a speedy recovery and a complete recovery. But let's get to this madness with this Serena Williams situation. DJ Madlinks, there's a lot to unpack here. Let's start with you in the sense that there's so much to talk about, so we're going to get to it all. But let's start with you, Madlinks. What you want to speak on?
There is a lot to unpack, and I can talk the whole show about this very one topic. But allow me to say this first of all. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what Stephen A. Smith said. Nothing wrong. Not once did he talk poorly about Serena Williams as an individual. He didn't even speak poorly about her as a wife. He spoke about what was good for him. And if he was married, he did not say married to Serena. He said if he was married. Okay. But let me also say this. I love what Serena's husband Alexis did in this particular instance, where if it was a perceived slight of any type, I love how he stood up for her. I think that it was absolutely within bounds for what he did. But here's what I hate. Right now, Stephen A. Smith is a very polarizing figure, even more so as he has veered away from his first take show duties and now delved more into his own platforms. And he is now talking a lot more about politics because he has gone from totally being on the left to somewhere more in the middle. And reportedly, he admits to being conservative in many regards. He's facing a lot of heat. None so much as since he has comments about Jasmine Crockett, the representative from the great state of Texas, where many people are taking serious offense to what he had to say. Again, I don't see what the problem is. He's talking about somebody who is an elected official, and all this puts together. I'm really disappointed in so many people that I have a lot of respect for. Stephen Jackson, Corey Holcomb, all these people who are like calling for the Stephen A's head, Tamika Mallory. Everybody is just coming at him because apparently, if he's not line in step with everything that they're saying, they want to now cancel him. Cancel him. This is gone too far. This is all too crazy. But there's nothing wrong with what Stephen A said. Nothing wrong with the response from Serena Subject.
Yes, I hear you. And we got Noonie LaRue. I saw you laughing a lot. What you got to say on this topic, Noonie?
Listen, when he started stuttering, that got me. When he started stuttering, I ain't even qualified. I ain't even. Yeah, you ain't qualified to say nothing. You is not in no married man's shoes. You can't say what you would or what you wouldn't do. Now, if you was married, okay, you got a lot of playing field to play with. But you're not even married. You can't even listen. If you're not married, you cannot speak on married situations. My girlfriends are married.
No, don't interrupt. Nobody interrupted you.
I can't say nothing. That ain't my business. Go ask another married person because they'll probably give you some different advice that I could because I'm single and I'm gonna give you some single advice because if it was me, type deal. You know what I'm saying?
Mad Links, I see you ready to jump back in. Let's get it.
I would just say this quick, and then we're going to go to Terminator. As I said, I would just say this very briefly. I'm so sick of this argument that unless you are something, or unless you have done something, or unless you are in that situation currently, you can't speak on. Like you're not allowed to have an opinion about something. I mean, come on, listen. I don't have any kids, but hold on. I'll explain to you how I can. I don't have any kids. Okay, but if I go into the store and I see a bunch of badass kids running around tearing stuff up, I can't have an opinion because I don't have kids.
So you're gonna say,
"Whoop!" Oh, yeah, that's right. Go ahead and stutter. Go ahead and stutter, Noonie. Go start stuttering.
Well, let's take a pause here. Put a pin in it. If we got that Barack quote of the day, because this Stephen A. Smith is not going away, and we're going to come back to that in a minute. But Barack quote of the day, if we got that queued up, let's play. Or if not, we'll get right back.
I think we're alone today.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We can do this.
Sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little love.
That is for sure. So I guess we won't be having some of our normal segments today, but that's all good because we got.
That's all right. Hey, I'm here for Terminator. Your thoughts, please.
Yes,
okay, so I'm a little torn on this subject. However, unlike most situations, I'm full on with Noonie. I'm like, so look, I disagree with. Look, if the man said, if I was married to her, Serena Williams, I would divorce her. No. Everybody nobody interrupt you. Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt me, please.
But then don't interrupt me. No. He did not say run it back. Don't say what you want to say, but don't say.
If that was my look. Don't. If he said he's clearly talking about Serena Williams. So that's not a misquote.
Yes, he is. I was married. No, he said if I was married. Run it back. Run the video back.
I was him. Who is he married to?
Links, you dead wrong. You twisted. You twisted.
Run the clip back. Run the clip
you
back.
Want me to give my opinion or not?
I do, but I want you. Well, here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to misquote.
Okay, let's run it back. You know what?
Run it back.
Let's run it back. Let's run it back because you're wrong. You wrong. We got time today. We're gonna run it back.
Listen to the words.
We got time today.
Listen to the words.
Okay, so
on the Chris Thomas Show here on
there it is. Some marriage advice for me.
Alexis Ohanian is clapping back at any negative comment about his marriage to Serena Williams. Months after Stephen A. Smith said he would divorce the tennis star over her appearance at the Super Bowl halftime show, Alexis, who married Serena in 2017 and shares daughters Alexis and Adira, had a chance to address those comments on live television.
Stephen A. Smith, I think you had some marriage advice for me. Is that right? Or
well, you know what? I did it. People, headlines are headlines. We can get into that another time. But I
was hoping you were going to be here.
I am not qualified. Married? Right. Oh no, not me.
Well, that's
I ain't qualified, my brother. I'm not qualified.
I was gonna ask because you hadn't been married before, right?
I am married.
No, see. Okay.
Wait for it, it's coming.
Yeah, because I give advice to plenty of founders who want to build billion-dollar companies, and the reason I do that is because I build billion-dollar companies.
Yeah.
It all started when Serena made a surprise appearance at the
Y'all
Super Bowl
listen.
halftime show during Kendrick Lamar's performance of Not Like Us, a diss track toward her ex Drake. The tennis pro reportedly dated the rapper around 2015. A day later, Steven gave his take on Serena's cameo, saying he would divorce her if that was his wife.
If I'm married and my wife is going to join trolling her ex, go back to his ass.
See, stop it right there. Stop it right there. Stop it right there. Did y'all hear?
Okay, but here's the problem. Let me take it out. Here's the problem. I hear what you're saying, but you're wrong. Look, let's not. Let me speak. We heard you. Let me give my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. We are talking about. They were talking about Serena Williams' performance at the Super Bowl. It's not like he's just making a general statement about nobody in particular or his wife. He's talking about Serena Williams. You can twist it however you wanted to. He's talking about Serena Williams. Period.
No.
Period.
No,
yes, he
no,
is.
no.
Yes, he is. Who's he talking about then? Who's he talking about?
Allow me to retort. The man said, see, here's the problem. Everybody wants to hear what they think they heard, and they internalize it. Wait.
Let me. You know what? Let me finish. Let's move on. Let's move on.
No, moving on.
Everybody's entitled to opinion. I have my opinion. Look, you're not going to dominate the conversation because you don't agree with me. Everybody has their opinion, and let me finish my opinion, please. The man was. If anybody with half a common sense knows he's talking about Serena, what she did, her performance. The discussion is about Serena Williams' performance at the Super Bowl, and he said, if I was married, he didn't mention her by name, neither one of them. If I was married and she did, basically what he said was, if I was married and my wife did what Serena did, I would divorce her. So he is talking about her. And if I'm a man, if you talking about and talking about Alexis, if I was married to Serena and he said that, I would take that personally because that's my wife. And you can twist it however you want to, Mad Least, but you're wrong. He's talking about Serena. If I was married to Serena and she did that, I would divorce her. And you can twist it and all you want, but you're wrong. And let me finish. Let me finish. At the same time, let me finish. So I salute him for defending his wife and his marriage because he was clearly attacking them. All right. Now, at the same time, I think he had a fair question. Why are you? I agreed. I at the same time, I think he has a valid question. I just think he went about it the wrong way. I think he went at him instead of expressing his concern because I agree with him. I kind of agree with him. Like if why are you going to have if you're unless like did Drake do something to her that was so egregious that she felt the need to do that? We'll talk about that instead of But at the same time, don't go to twisted. He went right at her.
You said this now 5 times. You said this now 5 times. So this is where I'm going to take umbrage. I'm not twisting anything. Okay,
yeah, you are because you're saying he's not talking about Serena. He is clearly talking about Serena.
Terminate. You kept on saying about you not getting interrupted. So now I'm responding to what you had to say. Okay, all right. Misquoting somebody, that's twisting. Actually talking about the exact words that somebody says, that's not twisting. That's not twisting. What the man said, if I'm married and my wife does that, okay, that doesn't mean Serena Williams. Hold on. That means any woman that he is married to, any of them, including Serena Williams. Okay, this is how he would respond. Okay, this would be how he does it. He's not giving advice to this man about him and his marriage. He said, if I'm married, okay, and my wife does this, I'm getting a divorce. Yeah. That's why he's telling you what he's going to do. That's not twisting. That's not saying it's about Serena. It's about anybody. I can tell you this right now. If anybody comes up here right now and slaps me in my face, I'm quickly getting up and I'm going to war. I didn't say if Terminator comes at me in the face, I'm doing something, and if the man with the vending machine does something, I'm doing something else. I'm saying anybody. Okay, now, the man said anybody.
Here's the thing. You know what you're doing. What you're doing is equivalent. You're taking a video and singling out one line and taking the rest of it out. You taking the context out because the discussion was about Serena Williams' performance at the Super Bowl. You just can't arbitrarily disregard that because it's totally related. And that's my stance, and that's all I have to say.
And on that, we are going to keep it moving here on the Chris Thomas Show on KSHP 107.1 FM in Las Vegas, 1400 AM if you're listening that way. Now, one thing that we have also seen, we got some sad news for all of us that are in the music space. Man, MTV shutting down. So this is terrible news. And Mad Links, you're muted somehow. But let's get to this MTV shutting down. Terminator X. Do we have a clip for this, or are we just
not
talking?
that I know? No. There's no. I didn't know any clip, but
that's all. We can just talk about it.
Yeah. So as a someone that was in a sister channel, Mad Links, what do you think of this news of MTV shutting down?
I think MTV been shut down for about 25 years now.
Yeah, they got rid of the music part at least.
Yeah, true story.
I mean, I've got no love for MTV for the iteration that it's been for who knows how long. They are the creator of so much, and it's ironic that the very first song that appeared on MTV back in August of '81 was "Video Killed the Radio Star." Little did they know that 40 years later, that my MTV's own devices and creations would have killed it. And also, you add in their streaming and whatnot. But I think that what they had done on the programming side, I feel like this: if you're no longer going to be what you call yourself, the M in music, MTV was for music television. Once they stopped being about that, I'm like, you may as well rebrand because you're not doing this no more. When was the last time they played a video? So as far as I'm concerned, they've been out of business. They've been shut down a long time ago. This is just the final nail in the coffin that makes it totally official. But congratulations on a great run for a company that has done amazing things for a very long time. It gave platforms for artists such as Public Enemy. Through that, we got to know the great Terminator X, and we got to hear music that perforated throughout the television speakers of an entire country and then internationally as well. So, I'm sad for what it used to be and what it could have still been, but everything happens for a reason.
Yes, and Noonie, for you, do you have any special MTV show memories, things that really stick out to you that you liked about the channel?
Well, since it came out, since I was one, when I first heard about it, it was MTV Cribs and MTV Rap and then I used to always watch Beavis and Butthead. That was definitely, you know what I'm saying, on the MTV. Yeah, that was my stuff. I wasn't supposed to watch it, but hey, I was sneaking to do it. And me and my brother. And let's see, MTV's raised us on beef. Blinged out bathtub. Nobody asked you to use. So I listen. It was a lot. What, remember TRL? Remember that? You know what I'm saying? Time to Retire Love. All of that. Like, listen. They didn't play no more music videos, but it was still cool. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you gotta go. You gotta do something different. But I hope they rebrand though. That'd be cool.
That would be interesting.
For the young folks.
Yeah.
And then Pimp My Ride. Bring back Pimp My Ride. People always want their rides pimp. We just rebrand it for the young kids.
Yeah, and Terminator, obviously, MTV helped spread Public Enemy around the world. So what did you feel that once the MTVs and the BETs of the world started playing Public Enemy's videos more and more, how did that affect your guys' exposure and how you were able to connect with fans?
Well, I got a lot to say about MTV. MTV was a huge cultural thing. It's like that's American culture. That's world culture. Excuse me. Let me take that back. That's world culture. When MTV came on the scene, that was world culture. Like the video, when the video channel came out, you had your BETs to follow, but like people around the world was glued to the TV to watch like the next Michael Jackson video, the next whoever, that's another story in itself. Fighting for David Bowie is one of the many artists that fought for black artists to have their videos shown. It's a lot of MTV is like I said, it's a world cultural thing that happens with a lot of stories behind it, and it saddens me that it's gone. I think, and I asked myself when I heard about it, I was like, and I thought to myself, like, to Link's this thing, like, I was like, when's the last time I watched a video show? Like,
Right.
I can't even tell you. But at the same time, it's sad. I mean, when I tell you that was a huge MTV was a huge movement. It changed the world. It changed the music business, and there's so many stories to go along with it. And it's just sad to see it go. I think between YouTube and the internet and all everything else that happened in the music, same thing that ruined the record business, pretty much. So it ruins a lot of stuff. Like our next thing is AI. What is AI going to ruin? AI is going to ruin a lot of people's jobs. Same with the internet. Got rid of the MTV's going for a reason. Technology, pretty much.
Yeah.
And, it's just sadly part of progression. Progression is not good, though. I would say that, but
regardless of progression, the good thing here on the Chris Thomas Show on KSHP is we do have Terminator X, and with his great mixes, the Terminator X, we got the R&B mix today.
Yes, funny. I brought up Michael Jackson earlier. That's my first track. Is it Michael Jackson with a twist?
Right.
And we got some Foreigner, and we got some Luther Vandross and Toto, and Soul for Real.
Well, let's get to it here on the Chris Thomas Show.
I guess I'm off to play it, but I do have it queued up. I don't think they have it. I'll play it myself. Here we go.
Perfect. We are ready here on the Chris Thomas Show, KSHP 107.1 FM, 1400 AM, and shout out to Linda Wills, the great record promoter, sponsoring us here on the Chris Thomas Show, and we are very much appreciative. Also, of course, 100% sucker-free brands and the Ebony Inn barbecue in the DMV. If you guys are ever there, get some food and some entertainment. Satiate your mind and your libido at the same time, as well as your stomach. So we are keeping it going here on the Chris Thomas Show, KSHP 107.1 FM and 1400 AM. And here we go with the Terminator X R&B mix.
You're now rocking with DJ Terminator X, baby.
Girl, close your eyes. Let them get into you. Don't try to fight it. There ain't nothing that you can do. Relax your mind. Lay back and groove with mine. You gotta feel it. And we can ride the boogie. 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 And we can ride the
cloud I see love shine. It keeps me warm as life grows colder. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. I've traveled so far to change this life.
Terminator X.
Oh, it's not your situation. I just need contemplation over you. I'm not so systematic. It's just that I'm an addict for your love, baby. Ooh, yeah. Just think how long I've known you. It's wrong for me to own you. Lock and key, baby. And it's really not confusing. I'm just a young illusion. Can't you see? Ooh, yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Let's go.
Yes. So we're back here on the Chris Thomas Show. Thank you for that mix, Terminator X.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, another good one as always. So yes, we are here on the Chris Thomas Show, KSHP 107.1, Las Vegas. Chris is under the weather today, so I'm Soren Baker holding it down for us temporarily. But Chris will be back with us next week. Definitely want to get a special shout out to our sponsors, Linda Wills. Thank you so much for helping bring the Chris Thomas Show to everyone in Las Vegas and around the world. Also, 100% sucker-free brands and the Ebony Inn Barbecue in the DMV. Now, Noonie, let's get to this news. As always, very excited to hear the news coming to the table. So what you got today, Noonie?
I'm glad. How you guys? Okay, listen, you may not know me a lot of bit, but you're gonna know me a little bit. Okay, it's your girl, Noonie LaRue, and where I'm normally not nosy, but today doesn't count. Okay. Breaking news from the land of I'm reporting directly from the panty owl. Okay. They clearly got too much time and not enough thread. Okay. Kim Kardashian's latest skim drop just sold out, not shapewear, not lounge sets, but $32 panties with a full-on bush glued on the front. Yes, you heard me. Sis dropped a coochie wig. And she called it Merkin. I call it ma'am, please. Now, look, I love the 70s vibe, baby. I'm loving it. But just trim the sides. Maybe throw in a little braid. You know what I'm saying? If you're a little fancy, okay? You know what I'm saying? But $32 for a patch of hair glued on the front of the drawers. Girl, you could have let it grow naturally and just use that money for some gas and some groceries, okay? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even like when my own hairs poke through my panties and you want to put it on the front. Girl, listen here. Now, y'all done went a little bit too extra now. Y'all went a little bit too extra. I'm talking about does the carpet match the drapes? Listen, girl, I just want the carpet to fit the floor, okay? That's it. That's it. Terminator, could you pay me a clip for me? Because this is just out of hand.
It's freeing the bush the Skims founder launched a new thong with faux pubic hair. Per the Skims website, they're a mix of curly and straight faux hair in 12 different shade variations. The faux hair microstring thong comes in clay blonde straight, clay ginger straight, clay brown curly, clay black curly, sienna blonde curly, sienna brown curly, sienna ginger straight, sienna black curly, cocoa blonde straight, cocoa ginger curly, cocoa brown straight, and cocoa black curly. But as of October 15th, every product is sold out. On Instagram, October 14th, Kim shared this video.
Bollywood is Does the Carpets Match the Drapes? With your host, Chuck Douglas.
Welcome back to Does the Carpet Match the Drapes? The game show that dares to ask if the hair up there matches the hair down there. Let's have your guesses, audience.
No, we can cut it. Listen. I had to show that. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna get to my product real fast. Now I know Chris is out, but I could just picture, you know what I'm saying, what Chris would say. You know, Chris loved the women so bad, you know, so he'll probably buy 3 in 3 different shades and host an audition. Like, let me see which one make eye contact with me first. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm gonna turn this over to the fellas and the panel. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all got opinions, okay, so Soren, I'm gonna ask you first. What if your wife walked out, you know what I'm saying, with the Merkin matching the pretty look, you know what I'm saying, the pretty new look, you know what I'm saying, like, what's going on, like, or would you be quiet, or would you pray in the car, like, or would you just go ahead and say, why you got those on, you didn't even need them?
Yeah, I would say just turn around, walk back to wherever you got them, take them back, and then you come back with the normal panties you got. But yeah, I would be startled because that would be so far from the reaches of my imagination. I wouldn't even know what was going on. I'd be distraught, actually. Distraught.
Said he'd be scared, like, I don't know what you just did. Okay, man, Liz, I see you shaking your head. Okay, I know you tired of the Kardashians' antics. I know you are. Okay, so listen, what's the wildest thing a woman ever wore around you that just made you reconsider your whole existence?
Well, allow me to say this, and I choose my words wisely. If I was married and my wife came in the room with something like that, I'm leaving.
You wouldn't think it was just creative. She was just being creative.
And I choose my words very carefully.
Okay. All right,
Y'all see what I did there?
Okay, so Terminator, I know I don't even have to ask, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you probably pulled up in the bush bikini, you know what I'm saying? You know, you like, would you hit the link? Well, no.
I don't know what that question this was, but I'll talk about what we're talking about. I think it's silly. I mean, if your lady, your significant other, your wife wants to let her hair grow, let it grow. I mean, you know,
hey,
like why do we got to put on? That's like a wig for the panties. I'm just saying. I don't get it. It's like I'm pretty sure they're not bald. You know what I mean? So why you need a wig? It's just weird. It's just weird.
Man, listen, that's just people with too much time on their hands, and too much money. You know what I'm saying? But listen, now I respect the hustle. I do. You know what I'm saying? Because when your coochie made, when a coochie made you millions, you might as well decorate it too. You get what I'm saying? So, but I'm officially starting a coochie petition because these underwear brands, yes, I'm talking about Kim Kardashian, keep putting all these fabrics on the outside, but not enough in the middle. So some of us, Big Moose Energy, you know what I'm saying, we tired of the front panel folding like a napkin. We just need reinforcements, not reinventions. You get what I'm saying? So some coochies respect back to the stitching. That's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Can we talk about that? You know what I'm saying? Until then, I'm gonna give it back to the fellas on the Chris Thomas Morning Show. It has been Nosy Noonie News.
Well, thank you for that, Noonie. And speaking of innovations, on today's clip that I found and Terminator is about to play for us, we got Be Real talking about the work of one Dr. Dre. So Terminator X, when you're ready, let's play this clip. And I definitely want you guys to weigh in on your thoughts of what Be Real is saying about Dr. Dre's contribution to music in this regard. So Terminator X, let's play this clip here on the Chris Thomas Show.
last record that he did with NWA, I think was 91. It was his second record, and it sounds nothing like this.
It was such a crazy transition in sound and, production style. Went away from samples, started having live players come in and then sampling the live players. And that is a part of why the sound of the album is so big. To have that ear with that kind of knowledge of this catalog, that's crazy.
Yes. So the Chronic has been heralded in so many different ways, rightfully so, in my opinion. DJ Mad Links, from a DJ perspective, what makes the Chronic sonically so spectacular?
I think that the care and detail that went into the creating of that album, and anytime that there's a seismic shift in a sound, which has happened many times in music, but keeping it to hip hop, the Chronic was one of those times. Around that time, we also had works like Nas, Illmatic. We also had the Wu-Tang Clan Enter the 36 Chambers. And anytime that there's a seismic shift, those works are always going to be revered in a way that will elevate them and make them timeless.
Absolutely. Nudie, do you remember the Chronic coming out? And if so, what's a special memory you have listening to one of those songs?
I wouldn't say I remember it because 92. I was kind of like in kindergarten, first grade. So you guys are it's a little bit older than me, but I do remember the actual vibe it gave, like a G-Funk vibe. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I actually was introduced into Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and all that just from my father and uncles and them having house parties and stuff like that. So that's how I actually got introduced to them. Then I got introduced to Snoop Dogg, which is my favorite. So yeah, the Chronic was actually, when I actually got a chance to listen to it as an adult, I liked it.
Yes. And Terminator, I know we've talked about this a little bit off the air, but the playing the instruments and having some actual musicianship as opposed to straight up sampling, what impact do you think that had on the Chronic and on other albums throughout rap history?
Look, what's not to say about the Chronic? The Chronic was the album that, New York was the birthplace of hip hop. New York held the crown for many years. The Chronic was the album that stole the hip hop crown for a moment to California. I mean, I can't. That's speaking the truth. Sonically amazing. Snoop. It was the birth of Dre's new production and the birth of Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
What else can you say? I mean, come on. That album was a punch in the gut to New York. And I'm a Stone Cold New Yorker. That album was a punch in the gut. Dre magically put together a combination of sampling, and he was, listening to this, I don't know this for sure, but maybe he was the first one to play back. Well, no, he wasn't, because if you go back to early Grandmaster Flash and was it Sugar Hill Records, they played samples too, but Dre did it in a way that was much cooler and much better sounding, so I can't give him credit for to be the first one to replay samples, but that album, like I said, that they was the first state that took the crown from New York, from the birth of hip hop.
Yeah, the Chronic just wasn't an album; it was like a culture reset. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Terminator, did it really feel like it was a punch in the gut in the sense that
I don't mean it in a negative way. I just mean that. So New York. Well, all I mean is that New York was like the rap was out of New York. It's like house music has their roots, but Dre was the first person not from New York to like kind of dominate. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. Well, the reason I'm asking is because it sounds as though that was the feeling when the East Coast West Coast beef really took hold. But the birth of the Chronic actually was before that. So it felt, obviously hip hop was very New York centric at that point in time. But I kind of felt to me like it was just like, all right, well, cool. This is something different and it's dope. But it didn't. My outlook on it really didn't make it feel like it was like, oh damn, we just took an L.
Well, the thing is this is all very interesting topics because so many of the artists had been expressing a lot of frustration but I think the universal reaction of the Chronic was adulation and appreciation because it was sonically, especially so brilliant and so clean and so jarring that it was that high powered to use a song on there. Speaking of high powered, we got DJ Mad Links with the hip hop mix here on the Chris Thomas Show on
Don't
KSHP.
let's go ahead and say that we're saving that for next week because we're having some issues right now that are not going to make that play out as it normally would. So, but in the meantime, that just gives us more time to pontificate upon life's issues and what's happening in our world and beyond.
But I do.
Well,
but back to Dr. Dre though, you know, he
yes,
did flip the industry upside down. His studio professionalism, you know, what I'm saying, in everything. So that means every track was going to hit hard. It was clean, layered in the way, you know, what I'm saying, like that. He was basically ahead of his time. So it wasn't just rap; it was like symptomatic. You know what I'm saying? So he was dope. He was for the culture all day.
Well, let's keep it with Dr. Dre for a minute before we get to our next topic. Then, in my opinion, and I want to get everybody's opinion. My opinion, Dr. Dre is the best producer in rap history. And in my opinion, it's not even close. So I want to get everybody to weigh in, and then I will have pro or con arguments to each one of you. So, Mad Links, let's start with you. Who would you say and is the best producer in rap history and why?
Man, I'm just trying to get over that. It's not even close comment. Okay. For me, I will probably, my initial gut reaction will be DJ Premier. And I would give an honorable mention for me personally to Just Blaze. Those are two craftsmen who have just taken the art to different levels. Premier with his rhythm scratch, he was their inventor in that. There was a point in time where the best hook you could have in hip hop was DJ Premier scratch cutting over your record. That you didn't need anybody to say a word. All you needed was that DJ Premier cut, and it was signature, and you heard it and you felt it. And you know, the man did such a great job. And I mean, no disrespect when I say this, it's going to sound disrespectful, but he elevated my man Guru, gifted Universal Rhymes, you know, gifted Unlimited Rhymes Universal to a whole other level. Without the work that the two of them did together, I don't think Guru has a place in hip hop history as he does. That's how dope of a producer that Premier was. And there was a period in time where like everybody would basically clamor to get a DJ Premier beat, even crossing over slightly into pop music. Just Blaze, I mentioned, just because he gives me that raw, aggressive boom bap feel, big horns, big drums. It very much feels like some live instrumentation. And then he can even pivot and give you something that is totally not signature as well. So those for me would be my two.
All right. Well, I got DJ Premier at number 2, so I'm with you, Mad Links. We'll have to talk about that offline one day, but he is number 2 for me. Noonie, who is your favorite producer and why? Or who you think's the best and or your favorite and why?
Okay, I would say my favorite would be Missy Elliott. She is that girl. She is that girl to me. She flipped the beat, wore trash.
So that's
bag.
Timberland.
Yes, Timberland. I'm sorry.
Timberland is top 5 too.
So Timberland is my favorite producer because you know what I'm saying, like he like the way he snatched the beat on the machine, he just go nuts, you know what I'm saying, and then the way he just matches everybody's energy is like he know his people, you know what I'm saying, and then like that man like beatbox, you know what I'm saying, like in binary code. I don't know, like I never understood it, but he just so dope and his like his magic, it was just real. And then him and Missy Elliott together, just like it was like Sonic the Hedgehog, you know what I'm saying, it was like Sonic the Hedgehog and what's that, Tails, everything just worked together. But yeah, the studio, like they cooked everything he touched. I just love that that era of Timbaland, Magoo, and Missy Elliott. That was my era. So yeah, I say Missy Elliott. Well, Timbaland, sorry.
Yeah, Timberland's definitely one of the all-time greats. Terminator X, who would you say is your favorite producer and why? Or the best
so I'm gonna start out by saying I don't believe in picking a number one. The only number one I've ever would ever say is a number one is Michael Jackson is the biggest pop artist ever. But and that's the only time I could ever say that. But anyway, I love music. I've always have. I love hip hop. I don't believe in like who's your top 10? What's what's the best hip hop record ever? I just don't believe in it. You know,
You just like music.
there's so many great artists and producers that produce. Let's stick with producers. Premier, like Links called it out. Like he started a like of so many DJs tried to bite his groove scratch his scratches on the choruses. Dre. We just spoke about Dre. One person that wasn't mentioned is Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats started. If you produce a record or records, and all the producers try to start copying you, then that speaks for itself. And there's so many producers have done that, from Dre to Swizz to Premier to let's not forget Pete Rock. There's so many. The list goes on. Bomb Squad. Whoever. I mean, I just can't. I don't think it's right to pick one person, because so many people. Everybody has their own magic and has made a big influence on hip hop. I love them all, so I'm not gonna disrespect anybody by picking a favorite.
He said, "I don't have a favorite. I like them all."
There it is.
Yeah.
Well, I just think Dre's phenomenal, and if you look at the albums he produced in totality and their impact, no one comes close to that, and he produced the entire album. But that's that. Terminator, do we have the Armani White arrested clip?
We do.
Or if you could play that, because this has gotten a lot of attention to some people. So I don't know if it means as much to us, but that's why we want to talk about it here. To see what it means. So, Terminator, when you're ready, let's play this Armani White arrested clip.
A rapper known for viral songs on social media was arrested in Laurel County, Kentucky. Investigators say Enoch Tolbert, also known as Armani White, stopped traffic along I-75 southbound to film a music video on Sunday. Police in Laurel County responded after getting several calls of people standing on the interstate and running around. He was booked into the Laurel County Corrections Center, but is no longer in custody.
Now, here on the Chris Thomas Show, we like to talk about things that are in pop culture and things that, we all love rap music. But are these type of arrests really warranted being on the news? Now, I realize it's in Kentucky, so maybe the local news, it is important. But that being said, there's a lot going on in Kentucky. So why are we talking about this, Mad Links? Speak on it.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even know who this dumbass was, but I think I saw a clip. And now I think it's making sense. And look, man, I call it what it is. And it's idiots like this that make this new thing called black fatigue a real thing. And now to your direct question about why is it on the news, to a degree, I'm happy that it is, because we live in a day and age where, my favorite saying, zero accountability means zero consequences. And that's what it ultimately kind of comes down to. So I want to see more people getting arrested for doing foolishness that you would have clearly gotten arrested for, or hit, or possibly even lost your life for 25 years or more ago. There needs to be more of that. Let's see people being held accountable, and enough of this foolishness. But everybody's doing things for clicks, likes, and whatever. And it's just, I want everybody, in case, I know we're talking about movie clips. I have one. It's called Idiocracy. If you ever get the chance to see it, okay, this was a movie that peered into the soul of the future of America and beyond. And let me tell you, what it sees, it's comedic and it's scary, but it's looking like that's exactly where we heading for. Idiocracy is the name of the film. It's done by Mike Judge.
Yes, well, Mad Links, one of our favorite words is accountability, and we need to spread more of that out there in the world.
Most definitely.
And thanks for that tip on the horror film, because Idiocracy is one thing I haven't seen yet, but it's definitely something I've been meaning to watch. And want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Linda Wills, here on the great record promoter here on the Chris Thomas Show. Noonie LaRue, with this news clip, what are you feeling? Why are we paying attention to this? Why is this important?
Sir, I don't even know who he is. Like, seriously, I don't. But somebody do, because his little mixtape got him a court date. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a rollout. That was a highway holdup. You can't drop heated in traffic. You know what I'm saying? If you was Beyonce, okay, we can see that. But you're not either or there. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. And then what happened to getting a permit? Don't you get a permit, you know what I'm saying, to do stuff like that? But then you're not big enough to get a permit. That's why you got locked up. That was just, oh, wait, what Mad Link say? You big dummy. Yeah, just stop it. Just stop it. Yeah, clickbait, 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 clickbait. I'm sick of it. Okay, I'm done.
Terminator, I see you laughing over there.
Pass. Yeah, like, no disrespect. I don't know him.
I don't know him.
I don't know him, so I'm not gonna comment.
Okay. Well, here on the Chris Thomas Show, we're very grateful for our sponsors, 100% sucker-free brands and Ebony Inn Barbecue in the DMV, and of course, Linda Wills, the great record promoter. You can get her book on Amazon if you haven't already. I also interview her on Unique Access Entertainment. You can check that out. And Mad Links, you had something you want to bring to the table.
Yes, I'd like to go on the political route. I'd like to reclaim my time, as they say in the halls of Congress, since I forwent my mix. And I'd like to send a special shout out to my, first of all, the all-star top-notch team here, as well as everybody listening. And obviously, our very first topic of the day was very emotionally charged, something it can incite a lot of feeling and whatnot. But this is my message. I got nothing but love for my big bro, Terminator X. I got nothing but love for Nuni LaRue. And we will disagree. And we will disagree a lot. And we will disagree passionately, right? But it does not affect my love for them. It does not affect my respect for them. It does not affect my care for them. And I hope that we as a society can get to a point where we can all agree to have these type of disagreements and to have these type of discussions and still it not affect the love. And this is going back to the Stephen story, is one of the things that upsets me the most is all the calls because somebody disagrees with his stance. They now have this thing that they want to cancel. So it's anytime that you disagree with, anytime somebody says something that you don't like, the automatic gag reflex now is to say, oh, cancel that person. All right. And we don't have enough conversations. Charlie Kirk was murdered, was assassinated just weeks ago. Okay. And his platform, whether you agree with him, whether you disagree with him, what the man was trying to do is have dialogues. Whether you agree or disagree, the fact that he was doing it on a college campus with students that were grossly outwitted by him because the man had such a wonderful command of his facts. He had a wonderful command of his talking points. But at the end of the day, again, it was just his ability to want to have discussions. And we have gotten away from that, where we can just simply have a heated discussion. But guess what? I don't love Terminator X no less. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, because we disagree on something. No, he got to get canceled now. Okay, the man, the Hall of Famer that speaks with his hands, not ever. I don't care what we disagree about. I don't care how much we disagree. The feeling is there. And my message to everyone that's listening, I hope that everyone can take it and even spread it further, is let's get back to the ability to have honest discussions and still be able to love one another, to be able to be friends with one another and move on. And here's my thing. Lastly, the reason why I wanted to run it back to Terminator is because if I was wrong in what I heard, the very first thing I was going to say was, you know what? My bad. I got it wrong. That was going to be the absolute very first thing that I was going to say. Because unfortunately, we live in a day and age where we're not willing to take accountability as much as we should when we do get it wrong.
You know what they should bring back, though, from high school? Debate clubs. Bring those back.
I remember that.
We'll know how to, you know what I'm saying, debate without wanting to throw hands.
Yeah. I salute you, Links. That's a great thing you just said right there, because that's the world we are living in now, where we can't have a different opinion without making each other the enemy, and that's why we're in position, especially in politics. That's why we in the position we are in today.
Sometimes it's not hate, it's just different opinions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, since we didn't have Diamond D today, that was the message of hope. So
there you go. There you go.
I know, right? There we go. You got it, Link.
Soren, well played, Soren. Well played.
yes. But I will say, man, I've gotten the benefit of getting to know everybody on the show much more now that we're doing the show. But that's one thing Mad Links and I've talked about off air in particular is accountability, but also acknowledging when you make a mistake. And I think, like Mad Links said, building off what he was saying, we need to be able to do that and do that better and more, because nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody misinterprets stuff. And I think here on the Chris Thomas Show, we try to bring a lot of comedy, a lot of fun, but we also try to bring a lot of perspective to where when you listen to the Chris Thomas Show here on KSHP 107.1 FM in Las Vegas, that you're getting a well-rounded debate. It's not one-sided, even though a lot of times we all agree. A lot of times we have different perspectives, even if they're minor. And that's what I think makes this show great and makes something that I'm very proud of. So normally we give our link trees, but since today we have a little bit of time, we are going to go around the horn and everybody give out their social media and what they're up to and where people can catch them. So Mad Links, let's start with you today. How can people find you and what you got going on?
I'll still start it off with the link tree because we still got extra time. All right. So everybody listen up to catch us all on social media under our one big lovely tree. It's linktr.ee/CT show. That's Linktree/CT show. But if you want to get at me direct, all my social media is at DJMADLINX. That is on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. I keep it uniform, baby. That's what I do. Shit, even hit me on LinkedIn at DJ Madlinks.
Yes. And Links, do you have anything coming up you want people to anywhere they can catch you or anything else they should be aware of?
I'm currently in the great state of Georgia, in the city of South Fulton here for a SIAC tennis tournament. A lot of student athletes who are here. It's been great to be in this wonderful city for the last few days, and I'll be here for the remainder of the week. And just anybody who's within an earshot of ATL, come holler at your boy.
There it is. Noonie LaRue, what about you?
What's going on? Yeah, like he said, y'all can catch me on Linktree, but then also, you know what I'm saying, if y'all not driving, you can put pen and piece of paper or actually kids to do it for you, because I know some of y'all are older, so your kids got to do everything for you. So just type in NUUNIELARUE. My bald head self gonna pop clean up, I promise you. And what I got going on, this weekend, the 18th, I will be hosting St. Louis on Smokes and Jokes with Kiwan and Murphy Lee. I'm the host for, they having a recording show called Who Says Chicago Not Funny. The first one was Who Says St. Louis Not Funny. Now we're promoting Who Says Chicago Not Funny. And then November 23rd, I have a fundraiser going on, it's Slow Down St. Louis, to get people to slow down, and stop speeding so we can stop all these car accidents and stuff in St. Louis. So I got a fundraiser that I'm doing with them. And that's with, what's the name? Dang, I forgot the name of the fundraiser. I'm sorry, y'all. Just slipped my mind. Okay, but no, I'm sorry. God, Urban League. There we go. Boom, I lost it. But there we go.
Well, there it is. And Terminator X. Break it down.
Right. I'm on social media on Facebook and Instagram primarily. DJ Terminator X at DJ Terminator X. I got a lot of irons in the fire, if that's the right saying. I would like to shout out to S1W's The Public Enemy. Ever since Straight Outta Compton came out, folks have wanted to see a movie or something about Public Enemy, and whatever reason doesn't seem to be likely to happen. But the S1Ws have a documentary called "To My Rescue." It was the S1Ws, a Public Enemy story. I did some of the music on the soundtrack. It got a mention in Rolling Stone magazine. Look out for that. If you're looking to see a movie about or a documentary about Public Enemy, check for it. I got some announcements coming out, but I'll wait till I got something going on. I'll wait till that's over. And, see you soon. Be on the lookout.
All right, well, that's the top-notch all-star team here on the Chris Thomas Show, and I'm Soren Baker at Soren Baker, SorenBaker, and Unique Access Entertainment on YouTube. And Mad Links, take us out.
And for the very first time, since we cannot get to the phone lines as early as we'd like to, please make sure that if you have a song request that you'd like me or Terminator X to get to, send it to us on our social media links, and I'm sure we will be able to accommodate, because that's what we do here, with all love and respect from the Chris Thomas Show.
Yes. We'll catch y'all next week. We appreciate y'all tuning
Peace
in.
and love.
And KSHP Radio 107.1 FM in Las Vegas. Until next week, y'all. Later.
Bye, y'all.
Terminator, do
And
you
in
have,
case we're off the air,
do you have the theme? Terminator, do you have the theme music we could play from your side in case we still got a few seconds here?
I see where it's at 2:00 right now, so I would not be surprised if they went on to the next thing.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know why the station wasn't part of the YouTube, but clearly something went wrong there.
Yeah, because we didn't hear. Yeah, because we didn't get
We
no.
hear nothing. Barack,
Right.
word of the day.
We didn't.
We ain't got our special favorite person, Diamond D.